Alright, this is another BioBlender video. This one is going to show you what to do in the event that this meter jams, or maybe this meter jams. Those are the two meters in play. Odds are this will never happen to you. We shipped the system with a strainer hard piped right before this meter, so this should prevent any debris from ever getting into this meter and jamming it. But in the event that that somehow still jams, I'm going to show you how to clear a jam out of there. And it's the same with this. We do not ship this with a 2-inch strainer installed, but we do include a 2-inch strainer with the system. And assuming you install that, this one should never jam either. But you know how it is. I'm just going to show you how, just in case it happens to you. So a lot of the petroleum guys that do truck stops or gas stations may not be very familiar with this type of meter. This is more of a bulk plant meter. But so what we have is the fluid comes through and there's some big veins that spin. So if this jams, you won't get pulses anymore. So you're going to have to obviously close off your fuel flow. But once you've done that, there's just all these bolts. Alright, now obviously this will have fuel coming out if you're doing it, but in this case it happens to be dry. So there's the faceplate. This is where a little it engages to spin the pulser. And these are the gears that turn when the meter turns. So your jam will be behind this plate. Well, I mean, this is one way to check and validate that it is jammed. You would not be able to do this if it were jammed. This is held in by what, 5 or 6 flathead screws. So we'll take those out. Now you may wonder, if you have this happen, if it might not be easier to take the back plate off and clear a jam, but you cannot get to what you need to with the back plate. You have to go in through the front. Alright, that's the last of those. And then you can gently nudge this out evenly. These are your meter gears that turn. And what you'll find if it's jammed is that there will be some debris in here. Now this again is brand new, ready for shipping, so we've got that all cleaned out. But you would need to get the debris out, possibly file any bumps that might have been created by the debris jamming, make sure that these turn completely, and then reassemble it. So reassembly is obviously the opposite of that. I won't waste your time on it here, but you'll just have to put those in, and then when you put the front back on, make sure you put that pulser, let's say, straight up and down, and these straight up and down, and make sure that goes in properly. If you have much difficulty with it, you could always separate this off of the plate and deal with that after you get the plate on. But those are the things to keep in mind when you're unjamming that meter. Now the other meter is for the soy, and we'll show you that one. So assuming that's jammed, you have these Allen head screws, bolts, what have you. Alright, so those are all out. This should just come straight off. Now this is a little different because it's not just a cover plate like this one was. This one actually, the gears will come out with it. And again, you'll look for any debris in there. You'll make sure these can spin freely. If they're jammed, you would find something here, some piece of metal shaving or something. Now, when you're cleaned here and you're ready to reassemble this, and by the way, these can come off the shaft if you need to, before you put it back together, you need to make sure they're properly engaged where they will turn freely. In addition to that, you'll notice as they look a little different. This lower one has some holes there, and the upper one has something in those holes. Well, these are the magnets that make all of this work. If you were to reverse those and put the one with magnets down here, it wouldn't work. So, and I call this the bottom because by having our logo upright, that's keying the top and the bottom. So put the one with the magnets in. Also, if you would put the one with the magnets in this way, it also would not work. It's got to be in the same way they were when you took them out. Make sure they spin and reassemble. And with both of these, you've got an O-ring that you need to be mindful of. Make sure that's in place. Then reassemble that, put your bolts in, tighten it down. Hopefully that never happens to you, but now you know how to fix it. So that's the end. Thank you.